I'm just being me walk to the crib. I gotta slap to my granny crib and help her with some stuff. Bro, it's a fucking video, you imbecile. Big Twine moment for sure. And it's still rolling. So y'all see, right? He clearly no. He clearly knows, and this is going into that best of 2024 back behind the scenes footage. He clearly know we doing a video, right? Y'all here with him. The nigga give me a real life response like we ain't been recording the last couple hours. This is what I deal with. This is where the Big Twine moment shit came up. Why are you look at him. I gotta go back and get my dog. Bro, it's a video. We're in a scene. Look at him. First of all,
but I thought he was talking to me. It sounded so real.
Duh, motherfucker, that's what acting is. That's what
I didn't know the difference. I thought you got off the phone.
Well, y'all seen it. That was not scripted. Y'all seen it. This is unprecedented Goofy. This is what he do. He did it. You just saw his Goofy in the rawest form. So, yeah, there y'all go. You're welcome. Yeah. And looking at me, yeah, we gonna be like, on me. Well, y'all be safe and stay dangerous. Y'all both walk past. Okay. Rolling and action.
On me. Will y'all be safe and stay dangerous?
No, I don't want to watch Muppet again. Not right now.
So much to care for in your life.
It never been this loud before. I said never been this loud. It was really weird.
The main purpose of packaging is to protect.
Rappers act hard in the music and run away from any real smoke. But today, we're breaking down the most savage dudes in the game who are always ready for ops. Lil Baby might run from the cops when the SWAT team rolls up to his crib, but he's always ready for ops. Lil Baby's one of the biggest rappers in the game, and he knows it with a huge target on his...
He quitting.
Everyone, this is the matter of McGuire versus Brooks. It's my understanding, Miss McGuire, that you are suing for injuries you received when a nail gun shot a nail through your head.
Yes.
You're suing Mr. Brooks for those injuries, and you have $300,000 in medical expenses, $200,000 for future medical expenses, and $1.5 million for pain and suffering. You want this court to award you $2 million against Mr. Brooks. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks, it's your position today that had Miss McGuire waited for you and not been in the wrong place at the wrong time, this would have never happened, and thus this is not your fault.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now let's get into the legal sauce. Now, Miss McGuire,
I don't know what the heck that is.
How did you come to even hire Mr. Brooks?
A vegetable or something?
I am a musician. I play the bass guitar and the ukulele for my indie rock band.
I fool with a sax every once in a while.
And maybe you could join our band one day.
Get.
So I was headed on a 3-month tour around the country visiting different bars. We had some sold out areas, sold out concerts, and I hired Mr. Brooks to build a recording studio in my
Oh, come on now.
floor.
Ain't no way.
After the 3 months had passed, I was really excited to see the work
Ain't no
that
way.
Mr. Brooks had done on our recording.
Did you think it was going to be done in 3 months?
I was told that it was going to be near done when I got back.
And Mr. Brooks, tell me about your company.
He's quitting.
How long have you been doing construction?
Well, Your Honor, I've been in business for about 25 years.
Long time.
Basically, yes, Your Honor. And basically for the last 5 of those years, I ran my own business, a Bag of Bricks Remodeling, as a remodeling contractor.
How long does something like this normally take?
Well, it depends on the extravagancy of the project. She wanted a state-of-the-art studio put in. So
Okay, she was going to do it right.
Yeah, she was going to do it up.
And so how long was it supposed to take in your estimation?
Well, in my estimation, we should have been done about 3.5 months, 4 months tops.
So, Ms. McGuire, take me
It's
to
4
the
on
day
3,
that
5
What happened?
on floor and we couldn't
I
double
walked
them
up the
news up?
stairs
Come on now.
In my house.
Right here, Big
walked through
Panda.
a plastic drape. I immediately
Panda, I'm
felt
open.
a natural reaction.
Panda, I'm open.
Even down to make sure that
I'm
everything's
open.
okay.
And where are
Top
you
the key.
in your house?
I'm on the second floor of my home.
Okay, at the
One more.
entrance of the studio?
At the entrance of the studio.
Behind you.
So then what
Up top.
So then I stood back up, I turned my head,
Alrighty.
and I immediately bumped
quit.
into something.
Now I got an
didn't know
AI
what it
on
was,
me.
but
Fuck, let's
immediately
go.
It was just this excruciating pain in the right side of my head. It felt like a bomb had exploded inside my head. I thought I was having a stroke. I wasn't sure what was going on. Somehow, I was able to pull my phone out of my pocket and dial 911. And the next thing that I remember, I woke up in the hospital. And that's when the doctor told me that there was a 3-inch nail that had pierced my skull. So this is the actual nail that pierced my skull. It went in right here in my temple behind my eye, and then it pierced up through my optic nerve and into my brain. And Your Honor, I am
scared out of your wits.
I was scared to death, and now I am completely blind in my right eye.
Sheriff Matt, could you get the nail? Let me see it. So this nail went into your eye?
Yes, Your
This
Honor.
was sticking in your head?
That was what the surgeon pulled out of my skull.
That's your head, Ms. McGuire?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks, what do you call this kind of nail?
That's a galvanized nail.
Okay, it's an industrial nail, isn't it?
Yes.
So you had an industrial nail sticking in your head while you're trying to make a call?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe it was shock, so I was able to call 911. And I actually did bring a recording of that tape, Your Honor.
Well, let's hear that. You submitted it to the court. Let's hear the 911 call.
What's your emergency? I have terrible pain. Please help. Is that my doctor? Please. Hello? Ma'am, I'm still here. What's your address? Ma'am, you said you have something in your head. Hello?
So when this cuts off, what happens?
I blacked out. Apparently there was blood everywhere.
Miss McGuire, is that your blood?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Brooks, tell me how you knew something
Nice.
bad had gone on.
Well, Your Honor, basically I pulled up and saw Mr.
All right, you
McGuire
dancing?
going to her
Okay.
home, and I
Yeah.
jumped out to her, and she continued
We'll
to
give you
go
something
into
to
the entrance
dance
of her
for.
home. And so she's in a bit of a hurry. I
Little
imagine
bitch.
that she had used the bathroom or something like that. So
Okay.
I pulled in, gathered my notes, grabbed my phone, and I went into near upstairs to the top of the entrance. And when I got up there and went through the plastic grating,
What did you see?
that's when I saw. That's when I saw Mrs. McGuire laying in a pool of blood. And
So she's lying on the floor.
she's laying there.
She's got a nail in her head. She's passed out and her blood's all over the floor.
Well, Your Honor, I don't know what's in her head. I just see her laying in a pool of blood. And it just shocked me because she just came in.
This had to
4 or 5
freak you
minutes
out
ago.
too.
Yes,
This had
sir.
to
I was
freak you out.
shocked. So I grabbed my phone and I called 911.
Did you know what had happened at that point?
I had no idea what had happened. I'm trying to figure out. She just walked in the house.
But you called 911.
I called 911, sir.
Now, Mr. Brooks, you see this is pretty bad stuff. This is a
Stop.
bad injury, right?
Panda.
Yes, sir. I empathize.
Cut.
And it was
Panda.
your nail gun.
Bang out.
Your nail.
Panda.
Yes, sir.
Dance now,
Her
bitch.
injury.
Absolutely.
But you tell me today it's not your fault.
I ain't finished yet.
Well, Your Honor, we had an agreement to meet at her garage.
You did.
At 1:30.
Okay.
At 1:30, and that way I can safely navigate her into the home.
Okay. Now, she never mentioned the time. How are you so sure?
I have text messages here, Your Honor. I
Okay.
have text messages that we
Sheriff Matt, did you get the text? You
Uh,
had an agreement to meet at 1:30.
Yeah, and she actually showed up early.
I'm looking at what you submitted to this court. This text message that says, and I guess you're in the blue, it says, hey, things are coming along. When are you coming home? Question mark.
Yes, sir.
And then in the gray, Miss McGuire, it says, my flight lands tomorrow at noon. I take it that's you. You remember this,
and
right?
one.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then in the blue, you, Mr. Brooks, you say, perfect. Meet me in front of the garage at 1:30.
1:30.
And then Miss McGuire, you say,
1:30.
great. See you there. You understood y'all were going to meet at 1:30.
Yes, Your Honor. And
Right?
this is where the text
Yeah, and
message
so,
ended.
so now, had she followed your instructions, take me through how this was going to happen.
We were going to go over the notes, ensure that we made the changes that she wanted to make, and then we were going to go into the construction area, safely into so I can navigate her through. I know the hazards, I know the dangers,
Oh,
I know
Panda.
the that we had at that time.
Ah, good pass. Let's go.
I see that you have
Dance
submitted
now,
this,
bitch.
text message. You know, in courts, often
I ain't finished yet.
one word against another word.
Yes.
It's always important to have balance.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
You remember you were supposed to be there at 1:30, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You came a little early,
I arrived maybe 5 minutes early.
and had you
Good
been
shot.
there at 1:30, he could have guided you through the house.
I didn't know that I needed to be guided through the house. That's the point that I'm trying to make. He said, let me get through what I'm talking about, Mr. Brooks. He told me to meet him there at 1:30. I get there. He's not at the garage.
Oh,
I
I'm gonna
expect
get that
maybe he has already
motherfucker.
gone
He's not
inside.
But there was no car there,
For
right?
him.
His car wasn't there.
I don't know what kind of car he
So you
drove.
don't take any responsibility
That's
for your
right.
injuries?
Good
I do not
pass.
take any responsibility for
dunk.
my injuries.
Okay.
No, Your
I
Honor.
know
Now, where
you've
this
been through
tall
a lot.
motherfucker
I know
at?
you've been through a lot, but you do understand.
Oh, that's out.
that had
That's
you
out.
come at
That's us.
1:30, at least he would have been
We
able
outta
to guide
here.
you through.
That I was not made aware of any of the dangers of
Good
a
shot.
construction area.
Oh, gotta knock that down. Yeah, bitch. Ah, let me die. Oh. Oh, get that. Yeah, we out of here. Look, 2 people down.
Let's go play.
Good shot.
This time is drive. Kick, swing,
Where this tall motherfucker at?
break the paint.
Done dunked on me 2 times.
Give no quarter.
Nigga.
No quit.
Motherfucker.
No surrender.
Try some shit like that again, nigga.
You are asking this court to award you $300,000 for past medical bills, right?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
you're also looking at $200,000
What you reaching
future
for?
meds. What kind of future meds did you have in your idea what's going to happen?
I need therapy. I need for this to completely heal, which I'm still going to have to go to multiple doctor's checkups.
Still got a long road ahead.
I've got a very long road ahead of me.
Now, you're also asking this court for $1.5 million for pain and suffering.
Yes, Your Honor.
There are a couple of different kinds of pain in every
Damn it.
personal injury case. There's the pain you feel, your body, your head, your eye, and then what's on your mind and your heart.
This is devastating. Like I was saying, this has been my dream since I was 7 years old. I'm having to cancel shows.
Yeah,
I don't
buddy.
get the money for
Yeah,
canceling
buddy, I was
shows.
there this
is
time.
my livelihood, and it is being
Hell no.
completely taken away
Give
from
me
me.
that shit.
I will never
I
be
see
able
you.
to see out of my right eye.
That's what your doctors are telling you.
That is what my doctor
Will you have to
Top,
wear
top,
a
top,
patch
top,
on
panda,
your
panda, top,
eyeball
top.
still there, right?
All right, him too
Still
then.
there.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta
I
knock that
had
down.
For a good amount of time. It's not a pretty sight. I'm going to be honest. There's a
Shit, next
nasty
time hit me
scar.
up
Now,
top,
it's an
man.
understatement
Fuck.
to say nail in the head. When this nail went into your head,
It went through my skull and into the fluid that is surrounding your brain.
so it was sticking in the compartment where your brain is.
Yes, it fractured my
I'm here,
skull
Top.
and it went into my head, Your Honor.
Ah, call
So
time out then. I got
see,
you.
Mr. Brooks, she's been through a lot and still got a lot to go. Regardless of whose fault it is.
Absolutely.
Do you feel badly for this?
I feel terrible. I hate this incident even happened.
So this must have
Never
broken
had
you up too.
25 years, I've never had anything to the extent happen. Never. And really, Your Honor, to really be honest,
Panda, I'm
she wasn't
open.
properly dressed to go onto an active
Oh, my
construction
goodness.
site.
Well, I know I wear a robe to come in court.
Dude,
Is
you
there
coulda
something
had
you
me
wear
down
as
in the
dress
key,
on
bro.
site?
You're properly dressed.
What's proper dress?
Well, when she came into the, and we have pictures. I did bring a few pictures.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Tell me
basically,
what we're looking at here on the plasma.
Your Honor, look at.
Fuck.
This is just coming up. This is just coming in. Look at all of the debris here. Look at all. There's things there's hazards that you can trip. She comes on the job site with flip flops on.
This is not a toe injury, it's a head injury.
I understand it's the head injury.
Okay.
But if you're coming into a
I had to
construction
call
site,
that
there's
time
all
out
kinds of things
again.
around.
Fuck.
There's wood, there's nails sticking up out of wood.
You gotta be
There's all-
prepared.
You have to be prepared. You need a hard hat on.
Well, how would she get a hard hat?
Because before
Damn
you
it.
actually get up to the stairs,
That was it
there's
right
a
there.
bin at the entrance of the door when you come in that has all kind of personal protective equipment in it.
Ah.
Hard hats, glasses, gloves, anything you need to come in. And
Dang, giving it to a nigga late, man. Who is the point guard? Come on now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Ms. McGuire, did you see this big bin of hard hats and glasses?
No, I did not. I was looking for the defendant, Your Honor.
We keep talking about this yellow elephant in the room called the nail gun. Is that the nail gun that shot that nail in your head?
Yes.
This is the
Good shot.
It's a nail gun.
Yeah, you can put it down there. I don't want you to shoot the sheriff here.
Oh no.
What's that, dude? that helps you at a construction site?
Well, basically, it's a rapid fire nail gun. That way you're not hammering the hole through. So basically, it's compressed with air, and you can press it down.
Okay.
And shoot it off. It will not shoot off if it's not pressed down.
Okay. I wanted to learn more about how this gun functions and how you handle it. So this court hired an independent general contractor who knows a little something about construction sites. His name is Jeff Lupton. Sheriff, could you get Mr. Lupton in here? Yes, sir. Mr. Lupton, come on in.
Thank you, Your Honor.
For the record, state your name, please.
My name is Jeff Lupton.
Mr. Lupton, what do you do as a general contractor?
I do residential and commercial additions, renovations, build out.
How long have you been in construction?
I've been in business for 22 years.
Fuck.
Mr. Lupton, how dangerous are nail guns? You see this nail gun on the podium there? How dangerous are
They're extremely
Oh,
dangerous.
top. Oh, too late.
The way a nail gun works is with a compressor, electric compressor that compresses air to 120 psi through that hose connected to the nail gun itself. And through
Dude, I've been setting screens the whole time, bro.
Shoots the nails out at a
Okay.
really high velocity.
I understand you brought a couple of videos.
Yes, sir.
Can you walk me through those?
Absolutely. Kind of give you an example of kind of how a nail gun would be used actively on a site.
Well, I gotta be a nigga,
where you
though.
put two pieces of wood together and some framing, and again, you can see that the nail just goes through there easily, and that's two 3/4 inch pieces of pine.
If it shoots a nail through wood that easily, it must go through a human head like peanut butter.
I would imagine so. It's pretty intense.
Now, Mr. Lupton, Mr. Brooks testified that if the plaintiff had been wearing a hard hat, that hard hat would have
Good
protected her
shot.
from this nail gun.
Well, while using safety equipment is always important on a
I need me a
construction
block
site,
on this
a
big
safety
nigga.
hat wouldn't necessarily
Oh, good steals.
protected her directly from it, and we have an example here of a 3-inch nail going right through.
It goes through the hard hat.
Hard hat, yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Miss Brooks, you saw that video, right?
Wow, how? Oh, about to say, I just had my hands up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hey, I shouldn't have fouled him. Should have let him go up.
Business owner to provide those hard
He
hats.
was not
There's
going
always
nowhere.
bricks and things falling, right?
Absolutely.
Folks, I think I've heard enough. I'm ready to render my decision. Every personal injury case, the plaintiff must prove that the defendant's wrong caused your injury. Here today, Ms. McGuire, you have shown that you could not have anticipated that a nail gun was loaded and ready to change your life waiting inside. This has affected your life as a musician, and hurt you emotionally. It's a permanent.
Damn, I didn't try to do that.
Where
Fuck.
you're taking a huge award from this
Try to
court.
fucking pump fake.
Mr. Brooks, you tried to do what was responsible.
Soft.
You told her what time to be there. You told her to wait for you at the garage so you could walk through and escort her past the danger. But this happened, and this is why we are here today. Ms. McGuire, I find that you have proven that Mr. Brooks was wrong, and that his wrong caused your injury. However, the evidence shows that he wasn't wrong by himself. You were wrong also. You were responsible for your injuries partly. Here, you are asking this court to award you $300,000 for past medical bills, $200,000 for future medical bills, and $1.5 million for pain and suffering, for a total award of $2 million that you seek. Because I find you 49% responsible for your injuries, I'm only going to award 51% of what you are requesting from this court. So I find in your favor and against Mr.
Bullshit.
Brooks in the amount of $1,020,000, and that is my final verdict. This matter is adjourned. Our attorneys across America just viewed this case for the first time. Let's hear what Hoyt Tessner has to say.
In every case, the plaintiff must explain when possible, demonstrate exactly what happened to cause injury. Expert testimony in the video showed just how powerful and dangerous the nail gun can be, and demonstrate the extent and severity of this particular injury. This case shows how important it is to use powerful safety. Safety should always come first, especially around construction.
Good shot.
Madison versus Connor. Mr. and Mrs. Madison, it's my understanding that you, Mr. Madison, sustained severe injuries to your eye when a pitchfork destroyed it at an event on Mr. Connor's farm. It's my understanding that you are seeking past medical expenses of $600,000, future medical expenses of $300,000, and pain and suffering for $1.1 million for a total award of $2 million. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Connor, your position in this case is that he knew what was going on. This is a freak accident that's not really anybody's fault, but certainly not yours.
Good defense, man. Hell yeah.
Let's get into the legal sauce.
Fuck.
You all used to be buddies, right? How long have y'all known each other?
Well, we met back in college, Your Honor, and we used to hang out all the time. We had many conversations, and one of those led to charity, and that's how we came up with the idea to enter into the barnyard games.
Now, barnyard games, what are barnyard games?
We modeled this around anything you might find laying around a barnyard. We tried to come up with interesting activities to do with those tools.
Like the same one old girl had on. He just took it off her and put it on him.
You all are throwing tools around?
Yes.
Okay. And you said it's a charity event. Who's the charity for?
It's for underprivileged kids.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Each donor that comes in, they pay a flat fee to enter the games, and then 75% goes to the charity, and we keep 25%.
And Mr. Connor, do you remember these barnyard games that you and Miss Madison came up with?
I thought the charity was a great idea. I mean, it always gives back to kids like I grew up. I didn't have a whole lot growing up, and that's what made us come up with it, but I agreed to host it, and it was on my grandfather's land. He's got 100 acres, perfect for this kind of event.
It's your grandfather's farm?
It is. I grew up there. I've had a lot of fun there as a child.
So tell me what happened on the day you got injured.
On the day of the event, a large crowd gathered around the pitch ball.
Oh, shit.
And by pitch ball, what do you mean?
Okay, so pitch ball is exactly like baseball, except you use a pitchfork as a bat and a soccer ball as the baseball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened?
On the day of the event, the crowd gathered. They were excited for the game. They started playing. I started pitching the first few pitches, and the defendant here swung at one of those pitches.
Hell no.
Smacked the ball.
Damn.
The pitchfork vibrated in a way that I had not heard before. It made a metal on wood sound that it just didn't sound good. We continued on after I warned him to take it easy again. The second time we were swinging.
Good shot.
Like he was going for a home run hit or something. So then that's when the pitchfork actually broke on impact.
And then what happens to you?
And then I see the end of the pitchfork flying towards my face, and it made impact. I felt the bone crush on impact. I felt the piece
Come on, that was cash.
slide into my eye socket. Michael, I said I was sorry, and I've tried to help. I'm not trying to
Mr.
help.
Connor, you saw this. You saw your buddy get hit in the face with a pitchfork.
Yes, I did, and it scared me to death. I thought I killed him. I ran to him immediately. I hollered for them to call 911. I did what I could.
Mr. Madison, you remember him being concerned about you?
Your Honor, I was in unbearable pain. I didn't know who was screaming. I was bleeding. I couldn't see out of my right eye.
Your Honor, there was a conversation prior to the games that day where we had noticed that some of the equipment was older, and the defendant had said that he was going to replace the pitchfork.
And you were there for that conversation?
Yeah, I overheard the whole thing.
Look, I did say I was going to replace it, and I did forget. But I also said that we did not have to play this game. There was other games that we could have played, and I did tell him we could skip it.
So, Mr. Madison talked about this sound when you swung the pitchfork and hit the ball. Did you hear that sound?
And it scared me to death because the top broke off and it flew into his eye.
Hell no.
And so, Mr. Madison, he hears the crack, you hear the crack. Why didn't y'all just stop?
Because we had everyone out there, sir, and he'd already agreed to take it easy before the game even started.
Okay, so I reminded Mr. Madison, you remember him saying, "I'll take it easy"?
Yeah, I absolutely overheard my husband tell him to take it easy, and he said that he would, but he was too busy trying to impress some girl that was in the audience.
I wasn't.
Well, Mrs. Madison, do you remember Mr. Connor coming to care after his friend?
Honestly, I was in such a state of shock seeing my husband collapse on the ground. I thought my husband was dead on the ground in front of me.
This is a freak accident. I did not hurt nobody on purpose. This wasn't a freak accident. Come over and stand me. This was no.
So you were frightened too. When you saw the pitchfork hit Mr. Madison in the face, you were frightened.
I thought I killed him. The ball was coming towards me. He threw it. He was smiling, I was smiling. Everybody's having a good time. He threw the ball.
Nice.
And I swung, and as soon as it made contact, I felt the pop. I heard it. And immediately after I heard everybody scream, it just happened so fast, and it scared me to death. And I ran to him. I didn't know if I killed him or not. I didn't
Hell
know what
no.
happened.
So when you swing, that pitchfork comes off the end, it comes flying and hits him in the face. You're at home plate watching this.
Yes.
So then you run to his
I
aid.
ran straight to him. I screamed out. I told him, I said, call 911.
Now you got a pitchfork here. Was it that kind of pitchfork that you were swinging?
It was.
On the plasma here, we got a picture of what looks like the pitchfork. Is that what hit you now, Miss Madison?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that your blood on that pillow there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, we have an X-ray. This is your head?
Yes, Your Honor.
So this pitchfork
Hell no.
destroyed your eye.
Fucking
Lost
AI.
my eye, Your Honor.
That X-ray could make you pretty nauseous, I imagine. Does for me. I can't imagine the pain. Mrs. Madison, I see you cringing. What was going through your mind when your husband's lying there with this pitchfork sticking in his eye?
Well, my first thought was I didn't even know if he was alive or dead. You can see the length of that. I don't know if it's just in his eyes, it's
Good
gone all
shot.
the way through his skull. I have no idea.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you even imagine seeing your husband laying on the ground in front of you? For all I knew, I could be at his funeral today instead of here in court.
Look, we was all at risk when we played, though, and I tried to help him.
Oh, that's a lot. Come on, man. They
I
trying
did
to bleed.
everything I could.
Bleed
I
us.
worked and tried to give cash towards the family to help them with the expenses. I did what I could.
Mr. Carter, this sounds like this breaks your heart, too.
He's my best friend. We've been through so much together.
This is truly a tragedy.
This is
Truly a
not
tragedy.
my fault. It was his idea the whole time.
Did you know, Mr. Connor, that this pitchfork was bad?
I did, and I told him I would replace it. But I also told him I forgot, and I told him that we could play anything else. What he went to was this is his moneymaker, and he kept repeating that. He wanted to play for greed.
Well, Mr. Madison, if you knew that the pitchfork was concerning, why did you continue?
Because he had agreed to take it easy. Because he had failed to get the new pitchfork.
And did you take it easy?
I was playing to win. But it wasn't playing to win. He was playing to impress a girl from the audience.
Well, listen, guys, that touches me. We men have gotten to a lot of difficult spots trying to impress a woman, okay? Miss Madison, you saw this swing. How do you characterize
You
it?
would think he was trying to hit it out of Fenway Park. You would think he was playing professional
I
baseball.
was playing for my charity.
This is for charity. People had already paid to be there. They weren't going to pay more just because he hit it more.
At the last Barnyard games, there's not really a winner other than the kids, right?
Exactly.
How much did you all raise in the first Barnyard game? See?
370,000.
That's real. Congratulations to both of you for doing such a good thing. I've been
Some
a Santa
bullshit.
for 20 years. Beard, makeup, everything. The kids think I'm a superstar, but I get more out of it.
Fake ass Santa, get your ass up out of here.
Mr. Madison, you have asked this court to award you $600,000 for past medical expenses and $300,000 for future medical expenses. I want to get the doctor in to tell us about your injuries and what we're looking at. So let's get Dr. Neelam Bond in.
You fuck with it?
How are you? Could you state your name for the record?
It's better than that white rice.
Doctor, describe the nature and extent of Mr. Madison's injury.
Well, first, he suffered a traumatic brain injury, but not one where you can't walk or talk or do for yourself, but one where it's basically stunned his brain, like a concussion. And secondly, he ruptured his globe of his eye, so he totally lost his vision and has to have the eye removed. You can see how close that pitchfork is all the way here, and your brain is just right there.
What are the long-term effects, Doc?
Well, there's retraining yourself how to drive, how to walk. There's intimacy issues between he and his wife, and just socially going about with one eye missing. It really does affect you.
Thank you, doctor. We appreciate you.
My
You're really.
pleasure. Thanks.
Mrs. Madison, an injury to a husband is an injury to a family. Tell me how this has been for you as the chief of the family, caring for your husband.
obviously he's very disfigured. But it's not just the physical parts. Obviously, she said, there's balance issues, there's the fact that he can't do the things that he loves to do anymore. But really, the mental side effects of that are so much worse. He's depressed. He doesn't want to leave the house except to go to doctor's appointments.
I offered for us to reschedule and postpone it. Until we could have got another pitchfork. I offered for us to play anything else.
This whole thing could have been avoided.
Exactly, and he pushed and pushed. This is his moneymaker.
Mr. Madison, were you pushing to get this done this day?
Not at all. He had months to get this new equipment. He had months to get the new equipment.
On the day of the swing, did you push him despite hearing this pitchfork?
I did not push him. The only thing I said is I will agree to play if you agree to take it easy because you're using an old pitchfork. Like I was saying,